So, our head-to-head. What do we got? This is a big one. I like this one.
Big one. I had to take my glasses off. I have to rub my eyes on this one. This is so dense and meaty. It just kind of blew my mind, and still is blowing my mind. So I read a blog post by Fishkin with Spark Toro. He used to be with the Moz. Mm-hmm. He was the guy that did the Moz Friday videos, Whiteboard Friday. Yeah. For years, he grew the Moz software platform, SEO software platform, grew that company, and so now he's with a new organization. He gave a keynote at Brighton SEO conference in the UK. I think it was within the last month or so, because the blog post was recent. And it was only 30 minutes long, but I had to watch it twice before I could even talk with any kind of, intelligence whatsoever about it on this for tonight. But anyway, so the gist of it is that there was a Google algorithm change in the fall of 2017 that has impacted mobile more than it's impacted desktop. And Google, and we never know what the algorithm change is, but the impact has been that there's been a 20% decrease in organic click-through from off of mobile devices. And there's also been, at the same time, a 20% increase in no-click searches on mobile, right? Which is really scary. So they've made an algorithm change that adversely affects the content generators and is helping keep people within Google. Right.
So just to review, when you go to Google, you type in a search, you either click on that search or you don't, because all the information is served up on the right-hand side.
Right.
So I was talking with Tom before about the Limerick Pub. You type in the Limerick Pub, you never have to go to their website.
Right.
You just click on, here's the directions, here's the map, here's the this, here's the that.
Including the fact that Google will pull that data from the website, too.
And then they're taking it.
Show it, right?
Right.
Which is really scary.
Which bothers me, actually. But go on.
And their strategy essentially is, if someone's searching on a mobile device, let's just answer, what you're saying is, let's just answer their query right here in the browser without sending them to the actual Limerick Pub website, right? So they did a whole study. He went through all these examples of video, weather, flights, sports, hotels,
celebrities,
famous people, and there's this one section within famous celebrities where it's called notable moments. And so you would search on, Taylor Swift, for example, and it would bring up all this data for you. And there's this one section called notable moments, which was using natural language processing to extract snippets from websites back into the Google search page to keep people from leaving Google, which is really scary, right? So, and his concept is that they used to have two users. They had the content creators, which is us, people that own websites that are content creators, and you have the searchers, right? And now they basically only have one. Right. The searchers, because they're this is like a Trojan horse strategy.
Right.
Invite them in, get them all in there, and then all of a sudden change the rules. Facebook did the same thing.
But they're using our content.
Well,
They're using
that's the thing that's so maddening.
Copyright infringement, right? Like in a way, we were joking about pictures and graphics and using it, but they're doing that with intent, right? To basically bring you in and not let you out.
But one of the things too that I had to look up after, I stopped the video and went and kind of searched a little bit, was Google. It's a product called Google My Business, right? You don't go and Google My Business, it's called Google My Business. And you go and set up an account and information about, and this is the example that he gave in the keynote about Williams-Sonoma. Right? And Williams-Sonoma was essentially, they had gone and created a My Business account in Google and put all of their information in there. And it's like having a self-hosted website, so that when someone searched for crock pot or something, frying pan, and one of the results was Williams-Sonoma, it took you to that Williams-Sonoma page within Google, not the Williams-Sonoma website.
Right.
But more so, it took you to Williams-Sonoma versus other brands. Right. So in a way, you were behind before you even started. If you were not Williams-Sonoma.
Right.
If you were kitchens.com.
That's right.
Yeah.
Which is scary from a branding standpoint because you're doing everything right, only to have like the internet mafia kind of knock you down.
Yeah, and part of the problem is that who knows what they're going to serve up. Now, with my business, I guess you've got some control over that. But I've got, the example that I gave was some celebrity, I can't remember. But I would hate to have Google making decisions about the content that I once served up to people who would normally visit my page and go find that content on their own. It's really a problem. I think it's, I get it for mobile in a sense.
Yeah.
You're driving down the road, not texting, but you are, you're looking on your phone for the Limerick pub, and you don't have to go through menus and menus to find the directions. It's all right there. So in some ways, I kind of get it, but boy, I don't like that happening for my company at all.
Yeah, it's the whole concept of like rented land, right?
Yeah.
Like you should build your own house. Don't rent a house. And there was a point at which 5 or 8 years ago where Facebook looked like, wow, are people just going to create Facebook company pages and abandon the company website?
Yeah.
But then they can make that algorithm change that screws you overnight, and then you've invested all this time to drive people to your Facebook page instead of your website,
Yeah.
and then they change the rules on you because they own that land,
Right.
and you're just renting.
Think about LinkedIn did that with a lot of the corporate pages and groups and things like that, and people made a lot like, let's build our group community within LinkedIn, and then they're just like, we're not really going to
Pull the
support
rug
this
out from
anymore, and then
under.
you're just like, I put all this content and branding, and I'm driving people there because that's my business card, if
Yeah.
you will, and they basically said that's not our priority.
Yeah.
Here's how we're going to prioritize our content.
Yeah.
Yeah, and his, one of the he made myriad recommendations at the end that were very technical around SEO and a whole bunch of things. But one of the key ones was about, building a strong website, creating good content on your website, building a good email list so that you can promote to people, right, about your organization, and also doing, I forgot the term that he uses, something around focusing on the brand generation, lead generation around your brand, not necessarily overly focusing on keywords that Google could just steal from you.
Right. And we're seeing more of this. Frank, our producer, tells me this all the time. We need to own our own assets.
Right.
You just cannot depend on Facebook or LinkedIn or Google to actually.
Would you put YouTube in that same group,
Absolutely.
like about owning your asset?
Absolutely.
Yeah, because YouTube, one of the examples also you gave about video was where, if you searched for something and you were searching for videos and all the first results were on mobile were all YouTube videos.
Right.
They weren't.
Which they are.
Yeah, and I think the example you gave was a website that had a YouTube video that they had produced embedded on their website, which was what someone was what he was searching for. He didn't get that. That was like the 8th one down in the list. The first 7 were all YouTube videos.
Right.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
It's kind of scary, right?
Yeah.
So we got to kind of wake up here and, number one is like read Rand Fishkin when he's writing blog posts. He doesn't write tons of them as much as he used to, but SparkToro is a great website, and he's got a new company he's doing stuff with. But
yeah, he also said to invest in organic search while you still can, and actually get good at it, because if they start, they're going to peel off the stuff that's easy to peel off first. So if you can figure out what's harder for them to do, and he gave a couple of examples of that I thought were interesting, like long tail searches, right? So instead of saying video marketing that I can use to do blah, 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 they're never going to mess with that. They're going to go with it. So focus on long tail stuff. I thought that was kind of interesting. So yeah, great advice from the guy. I thought it was terrific.
Yeah, exactly. So if you can, it's a on SERP SEO, the infuriating reality of search's future. That's the title of the blog post. But if you just go to search Rand Fishkin and SparkToro, you'll find it.
We'll put it in the reader notes.
Yeah, great.
Yeah. In the session notes.
You know what's interesting is the link to this, as I was going through prep for the show tonight, was that I did in Word in the Street. I did Google launches conversational ads with AdLingo, and here I am thinking after watching his keynote, like what they're trying to do is to keep you in Google.
Yeah.
Instead of sending you back to the website and display ad, which clicks through to your website,
right?
They're keeping the conversation there, and is that just me overthinking it now?
No, I don't think so.
Or is it just part of that same kind of keep them in Google mentality?
Yeah, and I think it goes without saying that if you do want Google will absolutely promote your stuff if you pay them.
Right.
Well, it's an interesting. So, I watched the video this week, And then there was something in the news, I think just yesterday, about the Tim Cook, the Apple CEO, was in Europe talking about data, right? And all Facebook and the Googles are just basically mining this data beyond just in a way that's almost like disruptive in the sense of very controversial, because again, and this is what Google's doing. This after seeing as I thought of this video in the presentation, that's exactly what they're doing. Keeping everybody on their site, they're getting more data that almost can be used in nefarious ways, in the sense of that if they wanted to, right? Because they've collected so much beyond what you think the intent of that platform was for.
It's monopolistic.
Absolutely.
This is monopoly.
This is
monopoly.
Monopoly is antitrust is a big issue. It's going to get bigger and bigger.
And they got dinged really hard only a couple months ago by the EU.
Yeah.
Google did.
Okay.
And it was a couple $1 billion. It was like nothing.